So whether you're finding this first or you found the hip thrust video first, if you really want to take your glute game to the next level, the single leg hip thrust is one of the best ones out there. Now, it's not the one you're going to want to start with if you're just starting out, you're just working out from home, because it is, although it may look simple, it's pretty advanced. It's basically the hip thrust done on one leg. And the reason why that's different is obviously most of your weight is going to be on one leg now, but also the stability aspect of the exercise ends up creating different muscle activation in your glutes. So you're going to hit the side of the glute more than you would with the two-legged hip thrust. So gain some strength with the hip thrust on two legs first before you break into the single leg version. But we're going to go through it. They're very much alike, but we're going to take you through it right here off the couch again so you can learn it at home once you get this to be the right time. Again, just like the hip thrust, we're setting up right at the bra strap area, just basically right at, mid back. And what we're going to do, same idea, we're going to pull this leg up. The same idea, chin stays down. I come all the way up. I'm tilting this pelvis and hips this way as I come up to feel my glutes the most. I'm coming right down all the way. Most of the work is happening at the top, so you got to make sure you're getting all the way up and not kind of cheating yourself, because nothing's really happening if you only get here. So we're going all the way up. I'm going to change legs. Up. We want this knee to stay in line as we come right up. Chin comes down, everything comes down together. So I did make a longer tutorial with the hip thrust, and all of the major mistakes for the single leg hip thrust are the same ones as the hip thrust. So if you're worried about doing this one right, I'd go back and check the hip thrust video. It's taken at the same spot. It was actually filmed like 3 minutes ago. So all of the different mistakes that are made in the single leg hip thrust, aside from the one where the knee is wobbling in the single leg hip thrust. So the only difference is with the single leg hip thrust, you don't want to be wobbling the knee around. But because in the hip thrust, you're not going to see that because you're on both legs. But otherwise, all of the common mistakes with the single leg hip thrust are the same as the hip thrust. So go check that out if you're worried about it. Otherwise, just make sure you're feeling that glute. I'm going to sign off right now. If you have any questions, drop it in the comments. And otherwise, see you later.